Hello, Lakers fans. This is Wilson. As always, I'm joined by two of my prestigious co-hosts, Shane Christopher Murray and Jason Mitchell. Vito's not with us tonight, but in his place is the returning David Galvez. Galvez, how you doing? How are you guys? How are you guys doing?
Shane Murray's sleepy. I know that. We got to get this going.
Right, it's late
Indeed.
night. The Lakers game finished about an hour ago, so we got to move quickly. So tonight the Lakers hung the banner, the in season tournament banner, which was a point of much controversy. And they went out there and they lost to the Knicks by a score of 114 to 109. I guess I'll start with the banner because you guys weren't there for the impromptu episode I did with Vito on Thursday. Who wants to go first? The banner. Should we have hung it? Should we not have hung it? Do you like the way they did it, where it's just going to be one banner, and if we win it more in the future, we'll add, the years to it. Whoever wants to go first can just go first about their opinion on that.
The mic is hot with Mitch.
So listen, I feel like I'm caught in between. I feel like I'm caught in between like the Lakers only hanging championship banners, and but I feel like we had to do this favor to the NBA to kind of we by the Lakers organization hanging this banner, it makes it legit. So, that's what the NBA needs right now. So, in that regard, it's going to make the tournament more meaningful, which will make the banner okay, I guess. And I like the way they did it. It's off to the side with the Minneapolis Lakers championships. It'll be year by year. It won't be a separate. It won't be, it won't be one of the world championship type banners. So, with the way we did it, and also helping to elevate the in-season tournament, you know, I'm okay with it. It's already done anyway, so whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I'm okay with it. F it. First ever, man. You can't hate on that. We won the first ever, so
Hmm.
Um, cha- all championships are welcome, but I wasn't for hanging the banner. I feel like it was a favor to the league, but a bigger favor to LeBron. I think we only or reason why we consider hanging it at all is because of LeBron. Because he wants to have some more one ups to in his discussion of who's the greatest.
He got
So
he got one
I
he
feel
got
like
one more
if we
he
had
got
a
one more
if we
he got
had
one more than
Kobe
Jordan.
or a Kobe S mind, that the banner wouldn't even be a discussion. We just move forward and we got the title, whatever, and move forward to the real title. But as a favor to LeBron, because he really wanted that title, and as a favor to the league, 'cause if the Lakers poo-pooed that, then the NCAA tournament is scrapped. And I'm not really for the NCAA tournament anyway. I feel like it's very gimmicky, and it's to attract even more casual fans who are not really watching anyway like that. So even though the ratings are up, but all in all championships are welcomed. So just add this to the list of many banners to get and go for number 18.
Always.
Um, so I think it established what they were trying to do, which was to at least get people to talk about it. Um, in the years past, especially since we started watching basketball, we know games. Everybody says the NBA season don't start until Christmas, so at least they put some meaning behind the games. But if you guys follow, or if you guys in soccer in Europe, they have an in-season tournament that is completely separate from the league, and it's like they take it real serious. Like it's a legit. It's probably not as important. Like if the league is like uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, a 10, the in-season tournament is like a 9. So it's nobody shits on it. Nobody like laughs about it. So that's what they're trying to do. It's the first season. We're
yeah,
not used to it, so we don't.
yeah.
We're just laughing about it. But and then if the Lakers hung the banner, could have been NBA probably told them, hang it, make this shit meaningful,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's bringing in revenue. I think the courts were cool, kind of annoying sometimes though. Like it's like it would clash. It was horrible, that blue and red court with the Lakers colors and the other colors, but it did what it did its purpose. We're talking about it. The social media is talking about it. The networks are talking about it. So I don't know. I can't really complain, but it is what it is. I don't know how meaningful it's going to be, but in a few years, it might be something that's not as big as the NBA Finals, but right, you know. And of course, it's the Lakers, right? So you either love the Lakers or you hate the Lakers. So the Laker haters are clowning on them. So wait till these suck ass other teams win it, and then we'll see what their fans say about it.
See what kind of banner there is.
Right.
I mean, overall, I feel like my overall thoughts on the actual, on the actual tournament, like I said, the courts, they can get rid of the courts, man. Run out the regular courts. Maybe just kind of do like how you do in the finals, and then just put the NBA Cup logo on the floors. Good with that. We can get rid of all the color schemes, all that. That's whatever. But as far as the actual tournament, everybody went for it. Not
Yeah,
everybody, but most teams went for it. It raised the level of play. It gave meaning to these, sometimes mundane, boring, um, regular season games. Lakers were 7-0, and in the tournament, 6 of them counted to towards our record. I
and
mean, if
just
if they were regular games, shit, we what 3-3, four and
you
two.
can't you you can't tell me
3.
you can't tell
Man,
me that semifinal game in Vegas, it didn't feel different. It was a Thursday night, Lakers
yeah,
Pelicans, where nobody else would care, but it felt different. It was in Vegas.
definitely.
That it just felt, and just so you guys know, in Europe, the games are completely separate from the league. They're completely separate. The teams play their best players. It's a legit thing over there. So,
Hmm.
you know, not only that, but if Kawhi Leonard plays in these games, that's how you know they really try. That's how you know they really try to win.
Right. Yeah,
They went for it, man. They went for it.
I kind of said on Thursday, but actually, just seeing them actually put the banner up there and seeing how they did it, it was a short little ceremony. It wasn't a whole big thing. I'm pretty
Yeah,
much okay with it if that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
seemed proper,
Yeah.
for what it was,
right.
so it's cool, whatever,
They
Um,
even and one more thing, over in Europe, they even do parades for the in-season.
Really?
It's like legit.
Damn.
I mean, it's gonna take a few years, and
Definitely.
there's no other big league that does something like this. MLB
No.
doesn't do it, NFL. But it, like I'm telling you, it's like if you guys just Google or search, like it's called, like in England it's called the FA Cup. Like it's legit. Like these teams take it very serious.
Hmm.
So it'll take a few years. We're not used to it.
Um, I was gonna say, I saw, Bleacher Report sent out a notification that they're discussing, whether the team that wins should get an automatic playoff spot.
I
So I'm
saw
sure
that.
that'll raise,
Yeah.
if they go through with that, that'll raise the intensity even more.
But what would happen though if like a team gets lucky, like right now, for example, a team that, let's say at the end of the season they only win 20 games and
Yeah,
they
but
take
they
away a
won the
playoff
damn.
spot. They take but you know what? It
Yeah,
is what it is. It'll that's the only way they'll make the tournament mean something.
yeah. I was saying more like, it should be something like, if they make the finals, give them like home court or something like that.
Or
But
at least up until the finals.
maybe something. But yeah, I don't know if they should get a guaranteed playoff spot, or maybe they should get like
Well,
a guaranteed play-in spot.
I was listening to ESPN LA, and they were making a point that guaranteeing a playoff spot might be counterproductive to the NCAA tournament, depending on how you do it. So
So I agree.
Because they might not.
It's something that has to work out.
They might not even care, like in March or whatever. They're like, we already got a playoff spot, so what's the point of even?
Yeah.
All right, so that's that. Now on Friday, the Lakers lost to the Spurs without Russell, without Anthony Davis, to fall to 15-11. That was the Spurs. That snapped towards an 18-game losing streak.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Right, and then so tonight we come out there against the Knicks, and we lose again to fall to 15-12. So what do we know? What are we 1-3 since the
1-3.
1-3 since we won the tournament.
Yeah, and, since the tournament, we dropped from the 5th seed to the 8th seed.
Man,
the in-season curse. The in-season tournament curse.
And so, Mitch, I mean, what have you seen the last 2 games, and in particular tonight, that alarms you? I know you were complaining before the show. Just go ahead, Mitch. I'm just going to let you have the floor.
Mike is hot.
I am a known Cam Reddish hater, and I'm not going to stop until he stops getting all these important minutes. So, listen, Cam Reddish is actually a serviceable player. However, how is Cam Reddish getting 27 minutes and Rui is only getting 17? Like that, in my mind, that makes 0 sense.
I can answer that, but go ahead.
I don't want to hear your answer isn't going to make any sense either.
Actually, it is, but we just go to one or out the other.
What is it?
As I repeatedly told you.
That makes no sense.
as I repeatedly told you, Cam Reddish, when he played in Atlanta, Darvin Ham and the entire coaching staff on the Lakers were assistants in Atlanta.
So
in Atlanta, I believe when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, they had a game 7. I think he had like 30 points. So they seen him play at a high level. So he, as I say multiple times, he's this year's Dennis Schroeder because of the relationships he had. And everybody knows entertainment, especially sports, all these things come down to relationships. Hence all the clutch clients we always get. But he's this year's Cam Reddish. And in terms of Rui, Rui is to Darvin what Kuz was to Vogel. He doesn't know how to use them. So that's why he's inconsistent with the minutes, because his best position is playing 4, but LeBron plays at 4. So, as the way he uses LeBron, he's not going to give Rui as consistent minutes he needs to be his best, because he wants LeBron in. So you either put him as a small ball 5 or a 3, and that's not either his best positions. So that's why you're seeing all these inconsistencies with his minutes. Now go ahead and let that go through one ear and out the other, like I always do, and continue your rant.
Listen, everything you said makes logical sense, right? But it still makes no sense. You understand what I'm saying to you?
No, you can't say it makes logical sense.
Like everything you said makes perfect sense, but it makes no sense because Rui should not. It doesn't matter. Everything that you said makes sense, but it shouldn't matter because Rui is a better player than Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish
dealing with
at the end of the game. Coach. At the end of the game, Cam Reddish. Listen, Jalen Brunson was making Cam Reddish look like a damn safety cone at the end of the game.
Jalen Brunson is an all-star, so don't sleep on him.
Listen, come on, man. But then they kept running pick and roll, and they kept trying to pick on Austin, and Austin was actually staying in front of him. But when Cam Reddish was on Brunson, he was just going right around his little slow Duke loving ass. Like Cam Reddish is so 27 minutes. He had more fouls than points. And Rui in 17 minutes had 8 points, 2 rebounds. He was 3 for 6 from the field. He was 1 for 2 from 3. He made all of his free throws. He only shot 1 free throw, but he made all of his free throws. 2 steals. He came in there and Rui played well, and I just don't understand how he
doesn't know how to use them.
It more so boggles the mind because all summer long we were I think everybody was harping on like, oh, okay, the team that we assembled after the trade deadline, they got to the Western Conference Finals. So if we package that team and we add to it, it should be smooth sailing. But now we're not playing now. Injuries had something to do with that a little bit, but we're not playing the players that got us to the Western Conference Finals last season. So, that chemistry that was being built is being stymied by Cam Reddish. Why? Because he's a clutch client?
Do you need me to go through it again?
I'm so tired of these damn clutch clients coming in here, getting minutes that they don't deserve. Listen, Cam Reddish.
It's going to keep happening as long as LeBron's here. So enjoy it.
Listen, Cam Reddish will be better used 20 minutes, and so he can do what he does best, just run around and cause havoc. He's not playing great. Listen, he's not playing great defense. Let's be honest with ourselves. He's running around there and he's creating havoc, and he's causing steals at times, but he's not playing good on-ball defense. I'm watching this guy. He's getting blown by. He's not playing good all-ball defense. What he's doing, he's playing in passing lanes. He's being active, and that's all well and fine. But we need a smaller dose of Cam Reddish so he can use all that energy that he has and create havoc and and muck up the game a little bit. But over the stretch of the game, that shit don't work. Clearly, come on, man. That's why he's bounced around. Because he's another thing. He's inconsistent. So listen, Cam Reddish needs to have himself a seat. We need to unleash Rui, get his confidence back up. I know Vando's been hurt. I don't really know the situation. Shane Murray could probably tell us more about what's going on with Vando's minutes. Is he being brought?
Vando got hurt today.
Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. Is he being brought along slow? Or do I need to blame Darvin Ham for something else?
He's been on a minutes restriction up until tonight, and then he got injured again.
So I am going to eat, but he came back in the game, so he's not injured. He got hurt.
No, but it's bothering him.
He came back in the game.
So he reactivated his heel again. So
he came back in the game.
After the game. So.
Well, listen. Minutes restriction, fine. I'll hold off. On that one. I'll put the weapon away on that one. But still, I still got a one pointed at Darvin for playing Cam Reddish way too many minutes.
I explained it already, man.
It doesn't. I mean, like
you're one of a handful of people who got a problem with Cam.
Like I said,
majority does not have a problem with Cam.
Like I said, your explanation makes perfect sense, but it still makes no sense.
Also, okay. Going back to San Antonio, I wasn't really complaining about that loss because that looked like a trade showcase game for me. Like I said in the chat, because everybody who started that game, except for Austin, maybe was as of that Friday was eligible for trades. So they took that as a day to rest the starters and whoever had some type of ailment, and they thought they had enough to beat them, which they did, but they didn't execute. So hence the 18 losing streak snap. Then tonight I was more disappointed just because this team is way too deep to be struggling to score. Rui have to have this team is the way the team is assembled, with depth needed by committee, but this team it's too many guys on here who can who can score for me to have still have these scoring droughts throughout these lows, and then you're still getting killed on the boards. So, and it's kind of tricky because like a change needs to be made, but if you go offense, you probably make one step forward on offense and take two steps back on defense because the guy you bring in can get buckets, but he can't play defense. Then depending on who you trade, you might lose ball handling. So it's just, and then any trade you make, you're losing two or three guys at that too. So it's kind of a tricky thing to do the trade deadline thing. Then it's not really a lot of high prospects in the what you call it the buyout market either. So you probably just stuck with the team you have until this summer, unless Pelinka comes with a rabbit out his hat again and does something different. Like I keep hearing Zach LaVine, but even Zach LaVine is injured till January.
I don't think we need to make any trades. TBH.
Listen, Calvin, do you have anything to add? Any analysis or any complaint? Any observations about this?
So this is a safe space.
The thing about Clutch is the Lakers are now in bed with Clutch for probably the rest of their lives, only because Rich Paul's going to keep getting the best clients, and if the Lakers want to keep getting the best free agents, unfortunately, we got to play ball with Rich Paul. So, but that's the problem though. Cam Reddish, all these guys, other than LeBron and AD and maybe Reeves, all of these guys, they're just the glorified role players. But because they play on the Lakers, we got to overhype them like we always do with all these role players. And I've been telling this, and we have to say this until basically the playoffs start. LeBron is fucking 39. He's about to be 40 years old. And we are relying on him like if he's still 30.
He played 39 minutes tonight.
We're going to run him into
That's why you can't see Rui.
We're going to run him into the ground. And AD's always one play away from being hurt as well. It's just, at some point LeBron's gonna, I have a feeling that some random day in January or February, and it's happened to LeBron the last couple of years where he'll just have this ankle injury or he'll just his groin it was his groin, then his ankle, and then all this other stuff. And then you guys mentioned LaVine, but he's injured. Who else is out there? They're starting to talk about Trae Young, but is he really good? Is he really the answer? Probably not. And Rui, he's a really good player. I'm not saying he's an all-star, but he's definitely a legit starter in this league.
He's probably right under an all-star.
He should be getting that closing lineup should be LeBron, AD, Rui, Reeves, and then whoever else you want to throw on there. Because now even Taurean Prince is getting a lot of minutes. He's just standing out on the three-point line, jacking up threes like he's Klay Thompson or something.
He had 39 minutes tonight too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and all these players, unfortunately, they are who they are. They're not Cam Reddish, like Mitch said. Cam Reddish bounced 3 teams already. Christian Wood, who started the season playing really good, meaningful minutes, he can't even see the floor anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened there.
He was sick tonight too, by the way.
He's in the doghouse for some reason. He only got minutes against.
You don't know how to use him either.
Yeah, because everybody was out.
I don't think Christian Wood plays good enough defense for Darvin.
Yeah. And he wasn't a defender like that anyway, but offense, we don't know how to put him in the right spot either.
Yeah, and he's 30. He's played for 10 different teams, so it just goes to show what kind of a player he is. He's just a nice 8-9 man rotation player, but you know what? One thing we do got to say with Rob, he's always managed to make the team better. So we got to give him the benefit of the doubt that he'll figure out something during the trading deadline. Get more of these clutch players to come in,
Yeah.
Another thing, the minutes you seen with Cam and Taurean will probably be going to Gabe Vincent if he was around, but he's not around.
But
Gabe Vincent
again,
wasn't doing dog shit when he was playing.
Yeah,
yeah.
just
So I'm
foul
not
trouble.
like I'm
But
That's
not
all he was
encouraged
doing
by
was
that.
picking up fouls.
Not only
true,
that, but
but
again,
that's still like what
he,
he got the mid-level exception, so you still have to find minutes for him, or they going to try to find minutes for him. He's supposed to come back tonight.
but that I mean, if you for us to even hope that he comes in and does something
I'm
shows that
not.
we need a change. You know,
I'm
it's
not.
not like Austin. You know, somebody. I mean, the Austin Reeves, I think, is a legit. He's shown he's a legit number 3, right? He's not a number 2. That obviously not a number 1, but he's a legit number 3 player. So
He's
it looks like he's been coming on lately. You know, obviously he started off slow,
finally,
but
to say the
yeah.
least.
I
But
already brought that up though, because he's Darvin's relying on Torian Prince and Cam Reddish for perimeter defense, and Gabe was supposed to replace what Dennis Schroeder came last year, but
it's
because they couldn't bring Dennis back, and Gabe was their basically replacement. Those minutes that he's giving up to those two will probably go to him just based on perimeter defense and maybe spot up shooting. But since he's been out, he's had to go to other levels, other avenues to get perimeter defense.
how wild is it that Torian Prince played 29 minutes and Austin Reeves only played 33?
Um,
I mean,
One thing also, the whole LeBron thing. LeBron, it seems like he can't even come out the game for like 2 minutes without the team just completely falling apart. And you're relying on a 39-year-old who's about to be 40 in like, well, I think at the end of this month. And bro, and remember, I think to start the season, I think Darren has said he's going to be on a minutes restriction, not a minutes restriction, but they're going to look at his minutes. He's probably going to pay about
Yeah,
30,
they thought.
33. And the guy
can't do that in the West.
the guy can't even come off the court for a cup of water without the Lakers imploding.
I just think I don't know, man. Darvin.
so yeah, and the thing about LeBron also is like, and that's the thing is that he's looked so good this year, especially at the start. He looked better pretty much than he had almost since the first year he was here. But as Galvis was saying, you know, by the time it gets to May, he's not going to look like the same player. We saw that last year where he was, I mean, he looked like an old man, barely trying to make it across, you know, the finish line, having to pick his spots and stuff like that. So, you know,
the key is they got to start winning these games so LeBron can start missing some of these games.
Yeah.
You know, every now. I mean, if they're going to be hovering around a little over 50% for the whole season, then there's no room for him to miss a couple games here and there. Now, I don't think they care about seeding. As long as they avoid the end season or the play-in, they don't care. They could be the 6th seed. They could care less. But this guy, I have a bad feeling. You know, everybody's saying, "Well, he looks amazing. He's defeating Father Time." Mm-mm.
Hey man, on December 30th, he'll be 39 years old.
39 years old, amazing.
I mean, the problem is you in the West, like there's no time to rest in the West. You can be the 3rd seed one day and be the 10th seed the next day. You know, and it's 3-4 games apart from everybody. So it's unless you able to have a couple games where you get like a 20-point blowout and you just rest them in the 4th quarter, you're not going to get no rest.
If Darvin would have done his work early, and by when I say done his work early, meaning if he would have started leaning on his younger players in the beginning, instead of, you know, like now it's too late. Now you just gotta kind of, at this point, it's almost like, well, you just kind of gotta like ride LeBron until until the wheel falls off, or you know, until he tweaks an ankle, until he tweaks a groin, or some shit like that.
This is giving me rest in peace, but this is giving me Kobe vibes when D'Antoni just ran him to the freaking ground.
Ran him into the ground.
And it was and that was, they were just chasing a playoff spot. They ran that dude into the ground, and you know, I mean, I just have a bad feeling LeBron it's too much, man.
Yeah. We had to do it early. We had to do it early, maybe sacrifice the game in here or there. but build up the confidence and, if anything, build up your confidence in these players so that LeBron could get rest.
Yeah.
But
And the
Yeah,
saddest thing
it's
is, and the
just
saddest thing is,
difficult because you're dealing with a second-year head coach who's still learning on the job. There's no head coach, no assistant with head coaching experience on the staff, and then even some of the young guys were injured at the beginning of the season.
who cares about the young guys?
When you just said like try the younger players.
The saddest thing is
You know what I'm
that
saying? Like some of the younger guys were injured at that time.
Anthony Davis, you got talent-wise, he's pound for pound up there with the best in the league in terms of talent, and we can't even depend on the 30-year-old in his prime.
But
we can't depend on him.
That's what I was going to say, though, is that the most positive thing for the Lakers lately, other than winning the tournament, has been the play of Anthony Davis.
That's true.
Yeah.
I saw somebody call him, Mitch, I saw somebody call him alternate day Davis. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody call him that. And he lately he hasn't really had a bad game. Other than that Philadelphia game where they all just kind of came out and just didn't show up. I think he had 17, 11 in that one. But other than that, he's just been dominating every single night. I think tonight he had 32 and 14. He had 37-point double-doubles the last two games he played. Of course, the game in 41 and 20 against Indiana. So he's kind of done something to maybe chip away at that reputation that he has of being a player who's not consistent night to night lately. But
he's definitely in a good groove right now. Like you said, 32 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 14 of 22 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3. He hit all 3 of his free throws. He had 2 blocks, a steal, only 2 turnovers, and only 2 fouls.
Yeah, but with Anthony Davis, his thing has never been talent or numbers. It's always just been availability. So he could do all this for the next 30 games, 40 games. But until we can see him do it during the whole season, unfortunately, we can't give him the benefit of the doubt. In terms of his health.
Right.
Mitch, who do the Lakers have coming up for the rest of the week?
So what's today? Monday?
Yes.
So
Bulls
Wednesday we get the Bulls in Chicago. Then we get it's a back-to-back. So on Thursday we play in Minnesota to play the Timberwolves.
0-2.
Saturday.
I ain't say that.
Saturday we're in OKC.
0-3.
Thunder.
I ain't saying that either.
No games.
These are all road games.
Yeah, three road games and 3 road games, and we get the Bulls and the Wolves back to back.
We're about to come back here next on Christmas, and we're gonna be 500.
And then who do they play? Who do they play Christmas? The Celtics, right?
Celtics.
Yeah, 0-4.
I'm down to lose to the Thunder if it means we bounce back and beat the damn Celtics. I'll be happy.
Come back on Christmas night to record. We're gonna be 15 and 6.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a wait
on
on
a 6-game losing streak.
So in the next,
I'm not just gonna give them an L. I'm just going to wait and see.
So what are we? Go around the horn. What are we? So we got the Bulls, Wolves, and Thunder, all away games. What you got, Shane Murray?
So they're gonna beat the Bulls.
Okay.
More than likely, we'll split the Timberwolves and OKC games.
Which one?
I'm gonna go beat Minnesota, then lose to OKC.
OKC's a bad matchup, man. Those young legs, bro.
I would almost say we beat the Thunder. We lose to the Wolves.
I don't see that. Well, I could see that, but I think we'll beat Minnesota and lose to OKC.
I think we're like 0-3 on the second night of a back-to-back so far. So that's what I'm saying. We're going to lose to Minnesota.
Chicago has been a little frisky lately. Levine is out, but they
We,
have
we should get
Kobe.
the Bulls.
Hmm?
We should get the Bulls. Come
We
on.
definitely should, but I'm saying they got a young guard named Kobe White,
Kobe
who's
White, yeah,
he's
Yeah.
coming into his own out of
he
North
is.
Carolina in like year 5 or something like that with those
He's a
injuries.
bucket getter.
He's
Yeah,
a good bet, man. Take his
yeah,
assists at all times.
yeah. I've been betting on him.
Yeah,
So the Lakers have 4 games before Christmas or 3?
no,
Counting
3.
Christmas.
Well, 4 including Christmas.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
they'll
games,
be
man.
lucky. They'll be lucky if they're 1-3 from now until next now until Christmas.
I got. Are we counting Christmas? I'm not counting Christmas. I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna say this week to the rest of the week 2-1. We're gonna beat the Bulls, lose to the Wolves because I don't know what it is about back to backs. But beat the Bulls, lose to the Wolves, beat the Thunder. 2-1, which means we'll probably be 1-2.
We've fallen behind the Clippers, by the way. The Clippers have won what, like 8 straight now? They beat the hell out of Indiana
Yeah,
tonight.
I think they the sixth seed now.
Clippers have been hoop. You got to give Ty Lue credit for figuring that thing out on the fly.
I ain't giving them no credit.
I mean, it looked really bad when James first got there.
But you know
They
what
still
though?
look bad.
Clippers are 16-10 at this point. They just beat the Pacers 151 to 127.
And by the way, I think we might have wrecked Halliburton because ever since he played us, he has not come out these. He was playing like freaking Magic Johnson or something. Before he ran into us, we shut.
So the blueprint.
We shut those boys down. Yeah,
That's what happens. We showed the blueprint.
Yeah.
Wilson, wait, what was your record for the Lakers in the next 3 games? You didn't say.
I think they'll go. I actually think, for some reason, I think they might beat Minnesota. They better beat the Bulls. I don't think they're going to beat OKC under any circumstances.
So we're finally gonna win back-to-back. We're finally gonna win back-to-back games this season.
It's not likely, right? But I just think and I know Minnesota's good, but I think we can beat Minnesota.
Minnesota's the number 1 seed in the West.
Right, Minnesota's like 20.
I think they win. I
They
think
are
they win
20-5.
one.
They're 9-1 in their last 10 games.
Yeah.
Lakers win 1 game because God is good.
Amen.
And they get. Yeah.
The Clippers are 9-1 in their last 10 as well.
It's amazing what sometimes one thing can do to a team. I mean, they just put Westbrook on the bench, and then all of a sudden it's like, change the whole,
It's crazy how it just fell into place, and all of a sudden
and
it's like,
yeah.
Because
And it's amazing that a non-clutch player is willing to go to the bench.
Whoa! I'm not gonna sit there and take that. Russ, Russ at this point in his career. Yeah, man. I was watching. Oh, can we do like a quick little thing, real quick, and go around the horn? So I saw this post. I saw this post that I think maybe SportsCenter posted it. You have the chance to get courtside seats to watch one player play. Prime OKC Russ, prime Chicago D Rose, or prime Miami LeBron. Who do you guys go see?
Oh, come on. LeBron.
Russ.
Galvez?
I want to say LeBron, but I would probably do D Rose just because his prime was cut short. We saw a full prime LeBron. We saw a full
He said
prime.
if he could sit courtside and see somebody. LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron ain't nobody want to see.
I would see prime LeBron, and then his opponent would be prime D Rose.
Right.
I definitely want to see LeBron on TV. I want to go courtside for him.
Oh my gosh, you're a known LeBron hater. But anyway, no, I said prime OKC Russ just because, like, for one, you get the bonus of seeing a prime KD as well. But I mean, that OKC environment, when they were rolling and when Russ was trying to tear the rim down with every dunk, man, Loud City. Oh my gosh, that would have been That would have been something to see. I would have worn one of the shirts that they put on the seat for sure. I would have been going crazy with all the white folks in Oklahoma. Oh man,
And I just
amazing.
gotta say, I mean, nothing against Derrick Rose, but the whole Derrick Rose thing never really, it didn't sweep me up the way it
No
swept
way.
everybody else.
Really?
I never,
Hmm.
He
I
stole
just,
he stole the MVP from LeBron though.
wait, of course, bro.
No, he didn't.
It's kind of like, Derrick Rose
He
won
had
that
an amazing
MVP
season.
was kind of like Brock Purdy about to win this. I'm not gonna say it's like that, but it just didn't seem right, you know. But he was obviously really good, but I just never bought the whole.
Hey, and LeBron locked his ass up in that playoff series.
Yeah.
Locked him up.
Yeah,
So
he did.
okay, it's late.
LeBron took it personal,
Yeah,
but
it's
as he
late.
should, as he should. A player of LeBron's caliber, as he should. He should have felt slighted. I don't think he should have won the MVP. But in his mind, in his heart, I'm glad he felt slighted, and I'm glad he took it out on D Rose in the playoffs. Good for you, LeBron. Go give D Rose that work. You let him know who the real MVP. Who the real MVP. I slide my
Cry
feet.
me
I
a
slide my
river.
feet. Talk to him, Bron. I see you, boy.
Cry me a river.
So
Shane, real
Hmm.
quick, sorry. Is there anything LeBron can do
Ooh,
to
good
change the
question.
narrative that you have against him? Like other
Great.
than win a ring, obviously. What else does he
Winning the
need to
ring
do?
winning the ring didn't even do shit. So yeah, I want to hear this for sure.
I'm- Look, I was off it once he did that speech for Kobe. I was off it. But what got me back on it was how he handled the whole Westbrook situation. He left Westbrook out to dry and made it seem like he had nothing to do with none of that. And then just made him take all the blame for that. When you the one that brought him here and agreed to it, he was gonna help him work. And you let him just sit there and just take all the heat. And then
I
to
was
top that off, you
damn.
complain about make Brock Lesnar look bad, talking about you wanted to trade and didn't, and then
Ooh,
have a whole press conference on All Star Weekend talking about
ooh.
how you would love to play with your son. That's all well and good and all, but all that ish didn't have to be public.
He's
That could have
cooking
been
right
a
now.
simple email,
He's
simple
cooking right
team
now.
meeting, but you had to let it know on an All Star Weekend. I'm unhappy right now, and I'm going where my son going.
But
Like,
did the Lakers not get better when they got rid of Westbrook?
I mean, it did, but they did, but that wasn't Westbrook's fault. That was the team's fault. That was how the roster was structured. If you gave if Russ was playing with some of the players we have now,
Mm.
totally different team. But the way they went about it was they tried to surround him with shooters before that year was like a 35, 40% 3-point shooting players, but they were on the down in their careers, and some for that last year was probably their best shooting career, best shooting percentage of their career, or one of their best shooters of the career. Then all of them, whatever that year, for whatever the reason, just fell flat from Ken Bazemore to Trevor Ariza, just all of them just buried and crashed that one season.
They were old as hell.
That's who Trevor Ariza even said that, but the year before that, because Rob was going back about a year before that, all of them was shooting 35+% from three and playing deep. For whatever reason, that one year, everything just crashed down. So, but if they had the roster they had now and then added Westbrook, like the wins they got against the Knicks last year was because of Westbrook.
oh God,
It
Gabs,
was.
why did you ask him that?
It's a
Westbrook
good
been gone.
question.
Go back when they played in New York. Russ won that game for him the last 2 minutes of the game.
Westbrook
Like,
been gone.
because the only reason why I asked was because I felt the exact same way before LeBron came to the Lakers, but because he came to the Lakers, and I'm a Laker fan before I'm anything.
I
I
didn't want him
mean,
to come.
but I mean, there's nothing you could say about him this year, the way he's been playing, that would be there's nothing negative you can say about him this year.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Ask him-
I can say a
Absolutely.
few things.
Ask
but
him
we'll
how
let it slide.
he feels about LeBron this year. Yeah, let's ask him that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the Russell Westbrook, he may have done some politicking behind the scenes, but let's let it go. That was last year. But this year, right now, the present,
We're gonna let it go.
there's nothing negative you can say about LeBron this year.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What about this year?
I can say a few things. I feel like
We don't
some
have
of the
time.
losses
Wait,
based
hold on.
on.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Yeah,
I feel
go
like some
for
of the
it.
losses were based on some of his in-game execution situation where he'll
When he
shoot a
passed the
logo
camera.
three, trying to get a momentum switcher shot where we could have just moved the ball. Or that what was that game? I think it was the
When he
Miami
passed the
game.
camera.
It was the
But are
Miami
they?
game where he
But are
shot
they
like
even in that game? Are
a
they
fall
even
out of
in that?
bounds fadeaway at the buzzer.
What about the time when he passed to Cam Reddish in the corner when he shouldn't have?
I mean,
Yeah,
LeBron
you
gonna be
right.
LeBron. Like he could have went to the hole and took that. But I wasn't going Reddish. I wouldn't pass Reddish at that time. But
Of course
LeBron gonna
not.
be LeBron. He gonna and at that time, realistically, that was the quote unquote best play. But
I don't think
at
so.
that point, you want him to go to the rack and draw a foul. But he's gonna do what he did. But then he came back and Phoenix and did the same thing, and Reddish won the game. So I
He
can't.
missed the first shot though.
But
We
my,
got
my
caught
thing with him
how
this year
lucky for
mainly
him.
been in the game execution type of plays, like I said, going for the local three where you could have got a better shot, or shooting that out of fadeaway out of bounds, fall out of bounds against Miami, we could have got a better shot, or just some of the passes he tried to make, and then I blame some of this roster construction the last couple years on just based on AD and LeBron, because with them being the 4 and the 5, you naturally have to have people backing them up in case they get injured. So you don't get to have some of the wing depth that we have now that we didn't have in the past, or because Darwin used them, you can't utilize other players, i.e. Rui, to make the team better because you want to give them minutes.
Let
So,
Rui cook, Darvin. Let Rui cook.
You know, Shane, for somebody who's so sleepy, you sure do have a lot to say. You seem to have a lot of energy when it's time to hate
Bro,
LeBron.
you said so much. We ran out of time. Herbert, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Herbert, but Shane started cooking, and we ran out of time for you today. Sorry,
yeah,
Herbert.
about LeBron. That's what.
Sorry, Herbert. So before we get out of here, just a few reminders. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Lakers
Darvin,
podcast.
I'm
If you
letting you
prefer
know
the
right
audio
now.
version,
This is
remember
a
to rate,
message from
review,
me
and
to you.
subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts.
Darvin,
The show is also on Anchor,
let
Spotify,
Rui cook.
Google Podcasts,
I'm
Stitcher,
tired of seeing Cam Reddish
iHeartRadio,
out here.
and every other major
Tired of it.
podcatcher.
So much for the list.
Make sure to follow the show on
Tired.
Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network and to like it on Facebook. Just search for the Complete Lakers podcast.
And stop handcuffing
finally,
D'Angelo too, Darvin.
Send feedback
I'm
and
tired of
mailbag
that too.
questions to Complete Lakers podcast
You too,
at
LeBron.
gmail.com.
Get off the ball.
We are out.
Let Rui and D'Angelo cook.